What is up guys, it's me Paul Balmedina here back again with another grade 7 mathematics lesson video. In today's lesson, we're gonna talk about determine what two consecutive integers the principal root of a number line. If you missed the first lesson, I'll post a link down in the description, so you better check that out. And before we continue, I want to thank you guys so much for the support. So please continue to show great interest about this channel, for I know this could also bridge the gap between our distance learning. Also, please help me reach 1,000 subscribers before Christmas, and it's gonna be a great present for me. And so, smash the like button, please do subscribe, and without further ado, let's go hop in and let's go right into it. Peace! You might be wondering, what are the two consecutive integers, the square root of 12 or the principal roots of 12 gonna be? What are the things we need to do? Here are the steps to follow. Step number 1, we have to think of two consecutive perfect square integers where 12 is in between of them. So in this case, we need to find the succeeding number from 12. So first we need to check whether the following numbers, like for example 13, be a perfect square number. You can check that out by using your calculator. So the square root of 13, is it a perfect square number? The answer is no. How about 14? No. How about 15? No. How about 16? Yes, 16 is a perfect square number. How about the numbers before 12? Say for example 11. Is it perfect square number? No. How about 10? 10 is not a perfect square number. How about 9? Yes, 9 is a perfect square number. Thus, we have 9 and 16. Let's have a step number 2. We need to take the square root of the numbers. So, square root of 9 is 3. The square root of 16 is 4. So, thus, the square root of 12 is between 3 and 4. And that would be your final answer. So, what is the possible way or the fastest possible way we can find the square of the number? Here are the tips that I want to tell you. So, number 1, you can list the perfect square numbers. So, in this case, I have 1 to 15 only, but you can have as many as you can. Also, you can buy a calculator or you can download an app on your phone for you to be able to know what are the perfect square numbers. So, these are only 2 among so many ways in finding the square root of a number. So let's have these examples. So the principal roots of the radicals below are between two integers. So we need to find the closest integers. So number 1 is square root of 18. Number 2, square root of 40. And 3, square root of 175. Okay, let's have the solutions. So given number 1, that is a square root of 18. So by following step number 1, once again, we need to think of two consecutive perfect square integers where 18 is in between of them. Once again, all you have to do is to list all the numbers bigger than 18 and all numbers lower than 18. And then by means of your list of the perfect square numbers or using your calculator, you can find that 25 and 16 are the perfect square numbers. Then step number 2, we need to take the square root of those numbers. So square root of 16, the answer will be 4, and square root of 25 will be 5. So the answer will be square root of 18 is between 4 and 5. Okay, let's have solution for number 2. So given square root of 40, we need to follow the steps. So number 1, think of two consecutive perfect square integers where 40 is in between of them. Once again, you have to list all the numbers bigger than 40 and lesser than 40 and find the perfect square numbers. So in this case, the number bigger than 40, which is perfect square, is 49, and the number lower than 40, which is perfect square, is 36. So by following step 2, we need to take the square root of those numbers. So square root of 36 will be 6 and the square root of 49 will be 7. So therefore, square root of 40 is between 6 and 7. Let's have the solution for number 3. So given square root of 175. So step 1, we need to follow. Think of two consecutive perfect square integers where 175 is in between of them. As I have told you, if you have the list of perfect square number or integers, you can easily identify what are those numbers. But if you haven't, you can use your calculator. In this case, the number or perfect square number or integers bigger than 175 is 196. And the number lower than 175 that are perfect square integer is 169. By following step number 2, we need to take the square root of those numbers. So square root of 169 is equal to 13 and the square root of 196 is equal to 14. Thus, we have square root of 175 is between 13 and 14. So remember class, when you are solving this kind of problem, all you have to do is already have the list of the perfect square number. If you haven't that list, you can use your calculator. And also, don't forget to follow this step in order for you to be guided along the way. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. God bless.